Hello, hello, hello. I go in my kitchen and I share this out because I have my YouTube all set up in there, and that's a computer I normally use. And then I come out here on Grandma's porch. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Norgis. I am so glad that you could join me tonight. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I need to kind of set this up here a little bit so that I can see if anybody comes in. Welcome, Laura Zung. Welcome, welcome, Christy, Jen B. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Norgis, for sharing me out. I truly, truly appreciate that. Let me go over to YouTube. I discovered something the other night that if I went to YouTube and I went to my channel, what I could do is I could click the three little dots and then make the chat actually come over to StreamYard. And so that is what I'm going to do here. It's called Pop Out Chat. So that's something that you might want to look at when you do your live streams. If you actually, there it is, Pop Out Chat. If you actually have StreamYard. And that way you have a pop-out chat that you can actually see it more in real time, which makes it really, really good. Okay, now back to StreamYard. And then I have to bring up the pop-out chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's great. Well, oops, now I made it too big. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And I hadn't planned on coming on here tonight. Thank you, Ralph. Welcome to you. Thank you. I hadn't planned on coming on tonight, but after the big episode that happened last night, I thought I'd come on here and not elaborate on it, but kind of just discuss it a little bit. What happened, and I think why it may have happened. And for those that were not on here last night, we got a big surprise. So, from now on in, I'm only going to invite people up here that I recognize and that I know, because I made the mistake. I'm still a newbie. People think that I've been doing this a long time because I almost have 10K. And you know what? I've only been doing this around 6 months. And so my channel built really, really fast. And I've had a huge learning curve really, really fast. And so part of that learning curve was I tend to trust people. And in this YouTube land, most people are amazing and wonderful. And yet there are people that you can't trust. And so we had someone last night come up here, that wanted to come up. And normally in the past, I've done shout outs, where I let someone come up, shout out their channel, talk about what their channel is, so that other people can get to know them and know their channel. Well, no matter how good intended that was and how wonderful that was, there's always going to be somebody that's going to ruin it. And so last night, someone came and they wanted to shout out their channel. I was hesitant. And, but they stayed there in the queue, because down in the bottom of StreamYard, you see that person come in. They come in through the link. And they came in and they sat there. And my intuition said to me, don't let them up. Don't let them up. But the kindness overruled. And remember, kindness needs to be smart, and it needs to listen to intuition. And I didn't listen to my own self last night, and I let them up. And as soon as I let them up, oh my gosh, I couldn't get them off of there fast enough. And I kept pushing the button to get them to remove them. And for some reason, there was a delay and I couldn't get them off the screen. And so long story short, it was the full Monty, very up close. And I mean, we're a bunch of church ladies here. So it was pretty shocking. And so I had to delete the whole stream and then restart the stream new and fresh. And so it really took me off guard. I had never had an experience like that. A week and a half ago, I've had like a stalker. I don't know if it's the right word, a deranged person that was making, terrible statements. And yet I hadn't had anything quite like that like I did last night. So I wanted to come on and just say that, I can't bring everybody up now unless I know who they are, unless I know them. And I can't do that now. But let me put my glasses back on, because y'all know I can't read the chat without my glasses. So that's what happened. Welcome, Kyrina. Welcome to you. And so that happened last night, and I really had no clue what to do. I mean, I was just shocked. So, my channel is almost at 10K. And that has happened over a period of 6 months. And I've had a huge learning curve. I had no mentor in this process, no one to teach me what to do. I just got on here one day. I've had the channel for 10 years, but it was only for family and friends. And when I started up, I had about 200 people on here. And then my channel went from 200 to now close to 10,000 in 6 months. And so when that happened, I had no one to ask questions to. I had no one to say, hey, how do I do this? What can happen? Norgis, you helped me last night, or you helped me with StreamYard. So you were wonderful and amazing. You were the one that got me up on StreamYard. But there was no one really to teach me what it was that I was to do. And so I just kind of built my channel on my own. I built my channel on my own. And I did everything wrong. You know, everything that people told you not to do, I did. And 6 months later and almost 10K later, maybe I was right to listen to myself. You know, I put videos up without thumbnails. In the beginning, I didn't tag them right. Now I tag them right. Um, you know, my videos are too short. They're like 5 minutes long, but they hold people's attention. And I think people come to my channel in part because they know that, most people's attention span does not last very long. And welcome, Mari. Welcome to you. And so and Toughman, welcome, welcome. Thank you. So most people, want a short video. The problem with a short video is when you get monetized, they don't want anything short because you really need a minimum of 20-minute videos. And my videos are like 5 minutes and they're wisdom topic oriented. And so I come out here every day with about 5 videos, 5 minutes in length. And they can be about any kind of topic that I'm inspired to talk about. They're all from my own point of view, and they're all from what I've been inspired with that day. I don't give advice. I don't give suggestions. I just tell you how I live my life in hopes to inspire others to find their own best life. And so for the longest time, I just did 5-minute videos. And then, just like someone encouraged me to come public on YouTube 6 months ago, I was encouraged to start doing live streaming. And then the live streaming started to go through StreamYard so that I could bring people up. And so I really opened up the platform to everyone, to come join me up here. And it was wonderful until someone ruined it. And so we have to remember that there are people out there that are not nice. And there are people that are deranged. And there are people that do really nasty stuff. And so don't let those people stop you from the good people. That's why I came back on tonight to show you all that I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. And I came back on tonight to say, don't let the few bad people and the bad eggs out there, there's a lot of them, not a few, but don't let the bad eggs stop you from all the wonderful people that are out here. Because I have made so many incredible friends like Norgis on here in the 6 months that I have been on here. And it's been an incredible, incredible journey. So what do I know about building a channel? I don't know. I can share with you what I did and didn't do. And, I didn't pay anybody to help me build my channel. I didn't do any of that. Some people do, and that's fine. That's fine. That works for them. But I didn't do that. I just made my little videos every day, and I began to title them right, tag them right, have a beginning and an ending. And my theme of my channel is Grandma's Wisdom. And that's why you see Grandma's couch in all my videos, and Grandma's porch, and Grandma's parlor, and Grandma's Victrolas, and all those good things. So my suggestion is build your channel your way. Be authentically you. I'm authentic. I come on here and I just talk about Grandma and all the wisdom because I'm just showing you who I am. I'm not trying to be like anyone else. And I think when you come on here and you become you and you just come on here. Thank you, Vermont Paint. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Patrick, thank you. Patrick is ZX. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And so thank you, Norgis. I appreciate you being here so much. Thank you. And I think the thing is when you create your channel, you do need to know what it's going to be about. And like my son is in the process of creating his channel, and I'm going to start shouting him out a lot, but he doesn't have any videos up yet because he doesn't know what he wants to promote. And I said, well, mom's is wisdom. Mine is wisdom and inspiration. And so he's going to kind of probably do kind of a vlog, and it'll be a little bit of everything. So decide what it is that you want to make your channel about. And that's very, very important. If you're good at crafts, if you're good at crocheting, if you're good at knitting, if you're good at painting, if you're good at cooking, if you're good at talking, just do what you're good at. That's your gift. And so my gift, as people have known, my whole life has been wisdom. And so I get on here and I share daily insights. And I share that. And that's all I do. I really do. Sometimes I share about my life and getting stuck in the car wash. Y'all remember that when I got stuck in the car wash with my truck and they made me back out of the car wash because the machine got broken. And so I had to back on out of the car wash. That week I got stuck in the parking space at the gym. My husband had to come over and back me out. And I got stuck in the truck at the college, wedged between 3 other trucks. So, that was the stuck in the truck week. So you'll hear everything on my channel, and that's just the way it is. So build your channel your way. And I think when people come on here, if I would have listened to them in the beginning and done it their way, I don't think I would have grown as fast as I did. And I think because my videos were short, people wanted to come on and listen. I was authentic, and that's how my channel came about. And so I think that if you create your channel, just be you. Just be the best you that you know how to be. Okay. And I like to do the 5-minute videos. I like to do the 5-minute videos. I like to do the 5-minute videos because they're scripted. I know what I'm talking about. I know what it is that I'm going to say. And I get on, I talk about it, and then I get off. And whereas the lives, there's nothing scripted about this. As you know, last night was definitely not scripted. I still can't unsee it. I'm telling you, I still can't unsee it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Things happen. As you grow on your channel, you're going to have many experiences. And most of them, fortunately, will be wonderful. But you will have negative experiences that will teach you and learn you. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad that it happened at this point because I don't know how big my channel will grow. I'm just a newbie, but it really has grown quickly. And so, I would rather this have happened at, where I'm at right now than to have happened later down the line. And so now I know I have to be discerning about who I let up. And, I did a video today. I don't know if I put it up yet. I didn't put it up yet. And it's called Don't Let Kindness Be Fooled. When you're kind, often the thing about being kind is that when you're kind, sometimes what happens is you want to think only good thoughts about people. But kindness is actually smart. Kindness done right is discerning. And, I always tell my kids this. If you are going down a road, a dark road or any kind of road, and there's not a lot of people around, and you see someone flagging you down, slow down, but hesitate to stop. And maybe if you don't feel right about it, just call 911 and wave to the person and point that you're calling 911 for them, because it could be a setup. So like last night, I was being kind. I wanted to be thoughtful. I wanted to, let someone come up and shout out their channel because that's what I'm about. I'm about helping other people. And I didn't listen to my intuition. I let my kindness rule over my intuition and over my common sense. And I didn't listen to it. And of course, y'all know what happened. And so now I believe that it's important to use your kindness with discernment and use your intuition, use your, be smart with your kindness. And, if you don't trust somebody, if there's a reason, your intuition, that hesitation you get, I believe it's God's voice. When we're hesitant, Not because like going to a diving board and being afraid to jump off. If we know how to swim well, then that hesitation is kind of normal and we have to work through it. But if it's hesitation because we feel like something's just not right, listen to that hesitation. It may be God's voice in there trying to tell you something. And I learned last night, I was hesitant. Okay. And I was hesitant and I didn't listen to it. Thank you, Singing for the Creator. Thank you. Marie, would you like to come up here? I would love you to sing a spiritual song. Now, I know Marie and I know Norgis and I know so many others, but I'm only bringing up people that I know. I am going to put the stream in there. Let me see where it is. Okay, it's right here. I don't know if she wants to come up, but if she does, I would love her to come up because she's amazing. And I know Norgis doesn't want to come up tonight. So, and there's a lot of lives going on. You know what? There are so many lives. All my friends are doing lives right now. And you know what? I kind of thought, you feel like you're walking on everyone's feet or their toes when you do a live because thank you, Singing for the Creator. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't share me out last night. We church ladies, I mean, oh my gosh, Jillian Coleman Wheeler was up here. She's a therapist and she was up here. She's a friend, a dear friend of mine, and she's older like me. And we were sitting up here and we were just talking about blessings and how blessings have seasons, which was fantastic. I had to delete that whole live stream. I was talking about the different seasons to your blessings and how we have the season of pursuit, the season of when we achieve that blessing and of how excited we are about the blessing and we're celebrating it. Then we have the season of growth with it. Then we have the season of expansion and we have all these different seasons of investment. And often people don't get that far. Once they've achieved their blessing, they begin to not take care of it, like their marriage, their family, their kids, the job that they fought so hard to get. Now they're like, I don't really want to go in today. And that's when the blessings begin to deteriorate. So we were talking about all that. We were also talking about accelerating your blessings, how when you want to accelerate a blessing that's in the midst of being created. And we were talking about tithing and giving out to the world in a positive way. So all of that was there when this person, the full Monty, came up. And and we church ladies were a bit stunned, I have to tell you. We didn't know what to say or do, but I kept clicking the button to get rid of them and it wouldn't work. It would not work. Can you believe it? They were stuck up here. I still cannot unsee it, like I said. I want to unsee it. Okay, I don't want to see that in my mind anymore. It was awful. But anyhow, so that's all been deleted. So you can't find it. It's all gone. Thank goodness. But there are crazy people. There's evil in the world. And I did a video on that today. People don't think that there's evil in the world, but there is evil. And evil doesn't prey upon evil. It preys upon good. Okay. Because good is more vulnerable. Good is unassuming. Good is like wants to think the best of people. But good needs to be smart. Good needs to be smart and recognize evil and move away from it. And so I talked about that in another video. I put that one up today called, it's not don't open the door for evil, but it's when evil enters into a good place. And, because evil will enter. Good people don't usually enter where evil is. Evil usually enters where good people are. And evil can come in many forms. So a lot of people don't believe in evil, but I grew up with the Bible and I grew up, my grandma taught me all my wisdom. She didn't teach me all of it, but she taught me the basics. And that was been my gift. That's been my gift. I've inherited her gift. And my grandmother was a very wise person, very wise. And so, yeah. And Rafa G Vlog, welcome. Thank you. Nice word of wisdom. Thank you, my friend. And Le Monde 18 Vlogs, welcome. And Fordman, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. If I miss somebody, just forgive me. Just make another comment. I won't know you're in here if you don't comment. Okay. And most people end up watching this the next day because YouTube doesn't promote me out. For some reason, my channel grew so fast, I guess, that they didn't promote me out the way they normally promote people out. They promote me out 24 hours after I have made it. And my video doesn't come up for 24 hours. So if you got a notice that I was on, you're one of the lucky ones. Hey, Lindy Oki, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Rafa. Well, this is the thing, Rafa. When you come up here and you're by yourself, I mean, I could sit here and not talk, but that would get kind of boring. And so I'd rather bore you with my talk than bore you with my listening. And I'm a great listener. If you meet me in person, I listen far better than I talk. But when I come up here and I'm sitting here by myself, I talk and I talk and I talk and I talk. I'm a good talker too. So, Maria, would you like to come up here? I did put the link in there. She may not want to, but I did welcome. She might be going and powdering her nose first. She's beautiful. She doesn't need to powder her nose. And Marie Joy, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And yeah, so that's what happened last night. Last night, it was about being shocked. The church ladies were all shocked. And, but, you have to get over it and you have to move on. So many people would have said, I'm not going up live again after that experience. But you know what? You got to keep out there. Success does not let failure, defeat, issues, obstacles stop it. It just finds another way and it keeps on going. It keeps on going. Failure stops at the first sign of an obstacle, but success may not know the way, but it's going to figure it out as it goes. Okay. Blue Eyes, welcome. Welcome. You're new here, Blue Eyes. Welcome to you. And so, I just said, you know what, because when this all happened last night, I told my husband this morning, I said, you know what, I'm not going live anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to go live because I'm taking, I've had a stalker, a deranged person in the last 2 weeks. I've had, and then this happened last night. There's a word for it, and I think it's called porned or something like that. So I was porned last night, whatever it is. But because I'm so new at this, and like I said, my channel grew so fast, I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. I have no mentor. I'm my only mentor. So getting back to the purpose of this video too, about building your channel your way, is build it your way. I built this my way. I didn't know what I was doing, had no clue what I was doing. I just got on here and put little videos out every day. My little inspirational videos, now I think I have thousands of them up. And of course, many of those were from my kids and my family that were made public so they could access them. They were not titled or anything, but they're subject oriented. So if you want to go back, there's one I think you're going to love. I know Norga saw it, called Harper Valley PTA, Diana Brienne style. You got to watch it. Harper Valley PTA, Diana Brienne style. My hair is huge. I got this huge hairdo. It's like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I did it. And I'm sitting out on my back porch, and not grandma's porch, but my back porch in Georgia. So you got to go listen to that one. I think it's a hoot, and I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love it. And that actually, I didn't think anybody would ever see that except for my family and friends. So, but build it your way. Build your channel. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know how to do it. Just build it your way. Build your channel your way. And that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. And so what happens to me if and when, and I pray it's not if, I pray it's when, I go to 10K, which could be maybe in a few days. What happens then? I don't know. I've heard a lot of different stories that YouTube tells you to sell merchandise or whatever. I have no idea. I have no clue. no clue whatsoever what happens at 10K. And I'll find out and I'll let y'all know. Okay. I'll let y'all know what happens. But, I'm here to help and to inspire. And when I say help, I don't mean do your work for you, but I mean to inspire and to give motivation to find your best way. And like I did. I didn't have anybody to inspire me, though. I didn't have anybody. I inspired myself. Someone told me, you've got to go public. And I said, okay. How do I do it? They said, well, we don't know, but you've got to go public. And that was 6 months ago. So I came up with the idea of, since this is Grandma's Porch, I would use Grandma's Porch as my backdrop for all my videos and Grandma's wisdom. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Okay. So what is your goal with your channel? What do you want to do with your channel? Let me see. I'm going to put the link in again and see if Marie for Singing with the Creator, if she wants to come up. Now, Marie, you don't have to come up, but if you would like to come up, I would love that. That is amazing. Lynn, I have some hair extensions in underneath. So in answer to your question, I'm very open. Thank you, Vermont. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Vermont, for coming. I truly, truly appreciate that. Thank you. And, I'm 63 years old. Y'all know that. I'm 63. And people constantly say, you've had to have had facelifts. And welcome, New Horizons. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'll tell you again, when I was 39, I went, hey, welcome, Renee. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And thank you, New Horizons. So when I was 39, I decided I wanted a facelift. And I didn't need one, but I decided I wanted one because I was 39. And I went in and I had what they call a mini lift. And nothing happened. I spent a lot of money and I was so disappointed. There was nothing. There was no change whatsoever. And number two, when you have a facelift or a mini lift or anything, they don't last forever. They don't last forever. So they only last a short time. Thank you, Ninth Element. Thank you so much. What was your favorite one, Ninth Element? I'm just kind of curious. So basically, I had that done. So I said, you know what? I'm never going to spend the money on something like that again. I'm all for it if someone wants to get it done right. But for me, I just decided not to do it. So I took care of I've always taken care of myself. I juice every day. I run 5 miles every day. Normally, I go to the gym every day. I drink a lot of water. I get an extra hour of sleep. And I eat very, very healthy. And so now I'm 63 years old. And in person, people usually never, ever guess me as being even close to that. That's in person. I don't know what I look like online, but I know in person. And, but it's not because of a facelift. It's because I take care of me. I take really, really good care of me. Now, have I been out in the sun? I hate to tell you the truth, but the truth is, oh, you like that Ninth Element? Yes, yes. Let me tell you, when I made that video, see, I just put them up. I put them up as is. I've learned one time my eyebrow was crooked, so I did a video called Crooked Eyebrows. Women over 60 have to draw their eyebrows in. And so thank you, Singing for the Creator. Thank you, Marie. And so I did this video called Crooked Eyebrows because my eyebrow was crooked in 5 videos. And I didn't know it until after I had done the videos, and I wasn't going to discard the videos. They had great messages. And so now I don't redo my videos. I just put them up. So in that one, Ninth Element, I had lipstick on my cheek. And it actually looked like someone socked me. So I had to acknowledge what it was. And as you can tell, when I did the video in the beginning, I had none of it. And then in the second part, I did. So how I do my videos is I do the main video first, the 5-minute part, and then I go back and I do the title in a separate part. And so in that particular video, I talked about your seasons of your blessings, the seasons of your blessings. So if you want to know about blessings and the seasons of your blessings, go look at that video called the lipstick one, the messed up lipstick. So I talk about, yeah, Norgus, I have to tell you that, no, no, they're made every day. They're made every day. The only time you may get one that is older than that day, because all my videos I put up that day, is sometimes if I start back to college next week. I'm a full-time college student at 63 years old studying law. Yes, I went back at age 62. And oh, yay, we've got Marie. And um, so if I get really busy, then I'll have to put up the videos. Salvatore, welcome. Thank you. You know what, Ninth Element, I didn't know who it was. They came in under a pseudonym, so I have no idea who they were. No idea, but I did delete the whole thing. Here comes Marie singing with the creator.
Hi.
Hey. Welcome. Oh, you look beautiful. You're such a natural beauty, such a natural, absolute I don't want that one. Wait a minute. I want the double one. Let me see. There. No, that's not the one I want either. I wanted okay, we're good.
Hi, brothers and sisters.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I've been going to the beach every single day.
You look amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. You do too.
Well, thank you. We were talking the last time you were on here. You juice every day, right? You juice?
I try to do it every day. I missed today though.
What do you juice? What exactly do you juice?
Celery and carrots. That's a good combination. And sometimes I'll add some aloe vera, but never ever the green skin on the outside. If you put that in, you are going to end up at the toilet. So just the inside part. One of the kids' favorites is apples and cherries.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's so good. And my son hates grapefruit, but my daughter will drink that with me. And we do everything. We do the skin.
We were talking about doing watermelon. Weren't you the one that was talking about doing watermelon juice?
Yes.
You do watermelon, right?
The rind, everything.
Yeah, I do the rind. I love the rind. You know what I do is I eat the watermelon and then I take the rinds and I put them in a big baggie. And then when I have enough of them, I juice them. And the rinds are fabulous. And then I take the pulp and I do this with the celery pulp too. And I make celery burgers with booger and flour. And I use a vegan egg mixture. But I also do that. And the best pulp is watermelon pulp because it has no aftertaste. It's wonderful.
Oh, that's amazing. I'll have to try that. I'm actually not vegetarian, but that burger sounds good. It sounds natural.
It's very natural. You can flavor it with garlic, flavor it with whatever you want to put into it. I use BULGAR. It's a grain. I use a little bit of flour. I use a vegan egg mixture, and it comes out. I fry it, but I put a little bit of oil, coconut oil, and it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So that's what I do.
And you look so healthy, so it's working.
Thank you. When you take care of your body, especially when you start young, that's the best way to go. And people don't take care of their bodies. And so people say, oh, you've had a facelift, you've done all this. And you know what? No, I take great care of myself. You'll look 20 years younger when you're my age if you take care of who you are. You have to take care of your body from the inside out, and you will look young.
Yeah. And another thing that I do, if this helps anybody, I've shared it on my other channels, is basically I'll get some water and then I'll get like a big gallon of water and I'll cut up some aloe vera and just let it soak in there. And when you drink water, you still feel thirsty after that. Yes. This totally quenches your thirst. Now, the first couple of times that you drink it, you'll taste the bitterness in the aloe vera. But if you keep drinking aloe vera, you can't drink it all the time, but maybe like a couple times a week, or you could drink it like for 3 weeks out of the month and then not 1 week. You have to like kind of have a rest from it sometimes, but you won't taste the bitterness after a while.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. That
Yeah.
sounds wonderful. I can learn from you a lot.
I can learn from you too.
We learn from each other. We learn from each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, I want to say that Marie has her channel is singing with for the creator, right? Singing
Yeah, for the creator. Yes.
for the creator. And it's an amazing, amazing channel. And you come on almost every day.
Monday through Thursday, and I changed the time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because 12, I just wasn't able to go long enough and it was just eating into things. So I made it earlier.
And you talk a little bit about everything and you do some shout outs, but it's Bible based.
Yeah, Bible studies. We're in Galatians right now. So we'll be doing Galatians 5 tomorrow. And then we're going to be doing a study on end time events on Thursday. And I keep bringing the end time events back because everybody seems to have different beliefs. And it's good if everybody can just get their thoughts out there and share why they think that. It'll help other people decide what they believe. I'm not really sure what I believe about that. I've heard pre-tribulation, which sounds pretty good. And I also am of the mindset that I think pretty much we're living in the last days because there's a lot going on.
A lot going on. A lot going on. I don't know if you heard earlier, I was talking about evil and that evil does exist and people don't believe in evil. Our society has been so brainwashed in so many ways over time with so many things. It's been a gradual process of brainwashing, and people have lost certain beliefs and they don't believe that bad exists. They believe that they don't believe in evil. And I believe that evil exists. And, it often preys on good people because good people are more vulnerable overall than evil people. Evil people don't pick on evil people. They pick on vulnerable people. And so, yeah, I think so too. I mean, I grew up with the Bible and I grew up with, the end time beliefs and I know that they've talked about that forever and ever and ever, that the time was coming near. But boy, if it's ever going to happen, I mean, we're really living in some really challenging times. And
We sure are.
and the filth, I think what it is, there's so much filth in people's thinking um, that it's unreal. It really is unreal. And I'm not a prude. I'm very open. I include everybody, but it's just that there's so much garbage out there. And I mean, I think it started, when I think it really started, I think it started in 1970.
Oh.
Because they canceled Petticoat Junction.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking also, this is my thought because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been talking to my son about this actually today. Is people live through the screen? They're living vicariously through
Absolutely.
the movies, yeah, and shows and all of this stuff, and it's brainwash. And you're not actually living your own life. You're living through somebody else through a screen, And
Yes, absolutely. And when I say 1970, there was a shift. Up until 1970, television had good comedy. It had good shows. You had Petticoat Junction, Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres. They were funny. They were good. They were wholesome. And then in 1970, we began All in the Family. Now, I loved All in the Family, but we began shows like that, and all the shows that began to bring adult elements into comedy the kids were watching. And it ceased to be the I Love Lucy's. It ceased to be Red Skeltons. It ceased to be Milton Berle's. And now it became something deeper. They were taking serious subjects and making them funny. Like on the show Maude. I don't know if you ever remember. That was terrible, in my opinion. They made light and funny of a very ugly subject, in my opinion. And that was the beginning of the downhill slope. And then it just got worse from there. Then when the internet came out, television, the internet can be used for so much good. And it is, but it can be used for bad. And I see people, when we go to church, people are looking at their cell phones. People are looking it down. You know, I don't let, you know, my kids, everybody has to put their cell phones up when they get home.
Good. Actually, the Lord's been talking to me about that too. Um, you know, put the phone down and look at your kids in the eyes and talk with them. You know,
Absolutely.
he's working on me with that too. And, you know, we want to get on YouTube and make sure we can get around to all the channels and comment and all that. And Laura's like, nope, you got to spend time with your kids, you know? So I've been doing that. And I feel that there's a lot of, you know, if you sit there and you watch a bunch of garbage, that becomes part of your life. If you sit there and you watch things are good, that becomes part of your life. If you read the Bible, that becomes part of your life. If you spend time doing good things, that's part of your life. If you hang out with positive people, that's part of your life. Right. If you hang out with negative people, that's part of your life. So right. Whatever you behold, that's what you become.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think our society has really gone, you know, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think anymore. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, you know, good is bad and bad is good. And everything is just twisted completely around. And people that have good solid values are made fun of, and they're ripped apart. And, you know, we're seeing so much, you know, when they took prayer out of school. When I was little, we prayed in school. I went to school in the early 1960s, and we prayed in school, you know, grade school. I was in first grade, and like I remember I was in first grade when President Kennedy got shot. And I remember standing in line for the bus and hearing the nurse tell the teacher, "Did you hear what happened?" You know, and I remember that. But I was in first grade in 62? I think 62 or 63. And so I remember when prayer was in school. And yes, there has been good that has happened throughout the years, but the deterioration of the moral code of our fabric has just been awful. So you're studying Revelations, you're talking Revelations.
Well, we're in Galatians. Yeah, we're going to go to Galatians 5, and Galatians is a really good book if you're trying to understand the gospel message, the true gospel message, because the same stuff that we're dealing with today is the same stuff that Paul was dealing with back then, yes. Where people just weren't getting the true gospel message. People are pretty much living in bondage being Christians because they believe that they have to do all of this stuff in order to be good enough to keep their salvation. But that is actually not what the Bible says. So you should read Galatians if you guys are confused on that. Galatians will explain everything because Paul goes over it in depth. So, Yep. And then we're also doing eschatology, which is end time events, pre-tribulation, rapture. I try to do that, go over it like maybe once a week with StreamYard so we can get other people up to talk about it too, because there's so many different beliefs on that.
See, I grew up with the rapture belief, but I'm not certain that I believe that. And you know, the rapture is where people are taken up before you go through the tribulation, and that's what I was taught. But you know, I'm not. Some people believe in it strongly. Other people don't believe it. I don't know what I believe. You know, all I believe is that my faith is in God, and that whether God takes me before the tribulation or after the tribulation, that's his decision, and he has a purpose for whatever I have to go through. And that's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, what I believe that there is a rapture, but I don't know when it's going to happen.
Yes.
So, because I do believe that we're going to be caught up in the air and meet him. I really do believe that. It's just, I don't know what the timeline is. So I'm trying to study that.
Yes. Afi, welcome. Rose, welcome. Anybody that I've missed here, you know, I may have missed you. I don't mean to miss you, but when I take my glasses off, I don't see the chat very well. So yeah, I think, you know, I think people get caught up and they even argue over whether there's tribulation or not tribulation. But to me, it's not important. If I have to, thank you, Afi, thank you. If I have to go through it, thank you, Salvador. Thank you. If I have to go through it, I go through it. You know, I don't want to go through it, you know, and I think we need to prepare. You know, I'm hearing, I hear a lot of stuff, and I think it's always good to be prepared. I really, really do. But
Yeah.
the most important aspect is to be prepared spiritually. Where are you spiritually?
Yeah, and my thought on that, I'm going to go a little deep here on that.
That's okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
if we're aligned with God's plan for us, if we're in prayer and we're listening to what He says that we can do today, because He believes in us, He believes in us every day. And if we go along with what He says that we can do today, and we believe Him, and we go out in faith and do it, that's all we really need to worry about. Because if He says, "Hey, I want you to plant a garden today, plant some carrots," then you're going to plant the carrots. And if He says, "I want you to pick up a little bit more water today," then you're going to pick up the water. You don't need to worry about anything, just what He wants you to do today. And you
Yeah.
don't know why or how or what. You're just going to do what He says. And,
Absolutely. And God puts, people think, why are we living through this time or whatever? But you know what? God put us here in this time period, in these families, in these situations, in the location, with the problems that we have, because there's a purpose and a reason.
Ooh.
And people say, oh, I let God take me out of, but maybe God wants you to go through it.
Amen.
We weren't born 100 years ago. We were
Right.
born in this time period. And so we have a reason for being here. I never worry about when God is going to take me. I'm ready to go. If He
Yeah,
takes
we
me
don't need to fear.
yeah, you don't fear. You don't fear. But I hope I live to 105 because I have a lot to accomplish. And one of the wisdom live streams at 105,
Yes.
And but if God said, "Hey, you're going today," I'm ready. If
Yeah.
you went through tribulation, I'll go through it. I'll go through it. I'll do what it takes. I'll do it. I'm not worried about it. I don't worry about it. I grew up with a very strong faith, and my faith has guided me in every area of my life. Now, as you know, Marie, I wake up in the morning and I take an hour before I start my day in bed. I stay in bed with my coffee and I slowly wake up and I let the spirit talk to me. When I say talk to me, I don't mean audibly. I mean through my soul. I let myself, because I believe that when we're sleeping, our soul and our subconscious merge together. And I believe that as we wake, our subconscious then merges with our conscious. And it's that wake up time that we gather our solutions, our answers, our wisdom, and people just jump out of bed or they look at their cell phone or they turn TV on or they want to know what's going on in the news. I don't do any of that. I listen to my spirit for 1 hour and then I get up and then I come out and then I turn on the computer or do whatever.
Yeah, this is where my TV would have been.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I already have a computer and stuff, so I'm just like, I don't really feel like I need that.
Yeah.
So, and I go on there and I do YouTube and I do Shutterstock, which is stock photography, and yeah, I do music with my son, and I just don't feel like if I have extra time, I'm going to go to the beach.
Absolutely. And TV, I'm going to tell you what we did. Now we have cable right now, but we're turning it off again. My husband gets it for sports season and then we turn it off.
Okay.
None of us watch TV, but this is the thing. I got those little plastic rabbit ear antennas from Big Lots. They're $10. And so we have like 12 TVs. So I got like 12 of them and I put them on the back of each TV. And even though we live away from any big city, we get about 35 channels.
Oh.
It's like ABC, NBC, CBS. With this little piece of plastic, you stick in the window, and or you stick somewhere behind the TV. And it depends. Now we get different channels in different rooms, so you have to. If you want ABC, you may have to go to a different room. But I will tell you, you get 35 free channels. And when we lived in Atlanta, we got about 80 with a little piece of plastic.
You figured it out. She figured it out, you guys. Go to Big Lots.
$10 at Big Lots. It's on the bottom row. It's a piece of plastic. It's a piece of plastic antenna. It's called a antenna and magnifier or something. Same as a rabbit ears, but it doesn't look like the old-fashioned rabbit ears. And you just hook it to your TV and where the cable is, and you'll get wherever you live. It depends on where you live, but we get about 35 channels.
That's really cool. Good job.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we don't watch much TV, but if we wanted to watch something, we've got it.
Yep, she figured it out, you guys. Save some money there.
Yep, yep. Maria, I would love for you to sing a song. Would you sing us a song?
Yeah, I've got In the Garden picked out, okay? It's going to be
Okay,
a
now
cappella, you guys.
I'm gonna try to figure this out before we do it. Let me see if I can put you up there by yourself. Now, if I mess this up, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can put you up there. Let me see. I don't want to do it. Let me see.
I don't
No,
know
that
how to do it either.
let me work. Let me get this right first. If I can get you up there. Nope. Oh no, that made you smile. I don't want that. Let me see where we're at. It's gonna change it again. Let's see. No, I don't want that. Okay, let's try it. Let me see what happens here. Oh, no, I don't want that either. Okay, there. Okay, you know what? I'm going to kind of go to the side here a little bit too, but I want you to sing. Whatever you want to sing is amazing. You have the most beautiful voice, and you are so
Oh, thank you.
good and so talented. And I loved both of the songs that you sang. So go for it.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to sing In the Garden, you guys. You guys all know this one. And you can sing along. All right. You didn't have to leave, Sister Diana.
Then I'll come back.
Okay. All right, here we go, you guys. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Oh my God.
I'd stay in the garden. One more, okay?
Oh, I love it. I love you can sing forever. I love it.
Okay, one more verse here. I'd stay in the garden with him, though the night around me be falling, but he bids me go through the voice of woe. His voice to me is calling, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Oh, that is so, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I could listen to you all night. You are just
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. Praise the
Amazing.
Lord. Thank you, Diana. And I
Right?
want to just throw something in there. I didn't actually believe I could sing, and I didn't believe in myself because I had a lot of people around me my whole life, my parents, different people in my life telling me that I was no good and I couldn't do anything. And when I would pray, the Lord would tell me, "You can sing, sing for me, sing for me." And so I told you my whole story about how I came to Him and started singing at churches and stuff like that. Um, but even after coming to churches and singing for the Lord, I still didn't think I was really that good. But He kept telling me that He believes in me. And one day I just decided I'm going to believe what He says about me. And so now I'm singing all the time, you guys. I sing. If I go to the store and I feel like singing, I'm going to sing. I'm
See,
going to sing praises.
that's your gift. You know, this is the thing I want people to discover. Everybody is given their gifts, and people don't recognize their gifts, or if they do, they diminish their gifts because either someone's told them that it wasn't good enough or whatever. And, you know, the same with my wisdom. You know, I've had the gift of wisdom my whole life, and yet it really wasn't until the last 10 or 15 years that I actually believed. I mean, it was I always believed in my wisdom, but it was actually that I realized, oh my gosh, how outstanding it is. You know, I don't
Praise
listen to
God.
other wisdom teachers. I listen to myself. I go back and watch my own videos. You know, it's like you with your singing. You know, it took you all those years. You know, you didn't necessarily believe in it for the
Yeah.
longest time, and then one day that light bulb went off, and you said, my gosh, my voice, I don't need anyone to tell me that I'm fabulous at singing. I am fabulous at singing. You are, but you don't need anybody. But sometimes we wait and we wait and we wait to hear somebody tell us, and we never get told that. And we have to realize what our gift is. We wouldn't have the gift if God didn't make it excellent. Okay.
He's
And
not going to stop telling us either. He will keep telling us that He believes in us.
your gift is so amazing. It is so amazing. And God, you know, remember, our gifts are developed over time. You know, our gifts
Yes.
shaped and molded and developed. My wisdom, you know, my experiences that I've been through, the things, my wisdom. And now I have total, when someone, you know, one day someone said something to me and I knew right away that it wasn't right. And they tried to convince me that it was right. And I knew it wasn't right because my wisdom told me, and I believe in my own wisdom that God has given me. Well, it's now like you with your singing. You don't need someone. If someone came to you and said, "Oh, you're a terrible singer," you know, they're not going to say that. You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
laugh.
You would know better. You would know better because now you have the confidence. You've molded it. You've grown through that period of time of not believing in yourself, that you now believe that you know that even if no one ever told you that you were great, you know you're great because God
Yeah.
gave you that gift, and He would not have given you that gift, that special gift. We all get many gifts, and we all have, but we have dominant gifts. We have, like, wisdom is one of my dominant gifts, and
Yeah.
your singing is one of your dominant gifts. And so He would not have given that to you if you were not going to be excellent. Now, singing is not my gift.
Yeah, we're all different and
We're all
special.
different. That's right.
And this is what I wanted to say about this. So it's not necessarily that you're going to know right off the bat that you can do this or that well, because like with my singing, it wasn't always like as good as it is now. So like, but what I found is, what is it that is burning inside of you that you love? You have the desire to do this. It doesn't feel like work. It is just so wonderful when you do it. And even if you start, like, let's say with my singing, um, I started singing and it wasn't great, but this is the thing God told me that I could do. And when I do it, I feel so good inside my stomach. I feel like I'm just full of life when I do it, you know. And this is not just singing, but for me it's singing, but for other people it could be something else. It's your wisdom, or somebody's cooking, or somebody on a computer, or somebody fixing a car.
Marie, do you find that you live singing 24 hours a day in your mind?
Oh yeah, I could go outside in my front yard and
Yeah.
la 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 la.
Your dominant gift will be with you 24. Thank you, ZX. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, Patrick. Thank you. Your dominant gift will dominate your life. And my wisdom, I have my recorder, my notes. I never go anywhere without it because my kids can tell you I'm driving down the road and my son has to turn my recorder on and he'll tell me, Mom, and because you got to put this down. I have to turn it on because I'll lose the thought. I lose it if I don't have to write it down. So it 24/7, I have wisdom. I'm like, I don't know if you ever saw, and I don't believe in this show, but I saw The Medium, and people used to call me the medium of wisdom. It's like, because she saw dead people 24/7. I heard wisdom 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I hear it.
Yeah.
It's constantly coming to me. And so with you, I can just hear you having these verses in your head, this new song in your head, these words coming together.
Oh, I'm like you, going down the road. Record me. I gotta record this.
Yeah. Because your dominant gift will take over your life because it's meant to, in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. It's meant to dominate your life.
But I wanted to make this point. The point that I'm making is it won't necessarily seem like you're really good at it at the very beginning, like especially when you're a younger person, you won't really realize, but it's the thing that God keeps telling you, this is what I made you for. I made you to do this. Yes. And you when you started off, you might be like, I'm not very good at this, but you love doing it. So you keep doing it and you keep doing it. And guess what happens when you keep doing it?
You just get better and better and better.
You just get better and better. And because it's burning inside of you to do this, you have the drive. And you're when you work that muscle, it just gets bigger.
Yes.
And so my singing is a lot better today than it was even a year ago because I keep using my voice box.
Yes. Yes. And we develop. Just like I was talking in the video, if anyone wants to go back and watch it, the seasons, it's called the lipstick one, the messed up lipstick, but the seasons of our blessings, the seasons of our blessings. And, our blessings have seasons, and our blessings can be our dominant gift, and it develops and it changes and it morphs and it grows and it expands and it does all kinds of things. And your situations, your connections, your divine connections that are based with that gift will open and close as they need to be opened and closed to perfect timing, God's timing. There's divine timing, divine connections, divine places when you get out of and your divine purpose. And when you get out of your assignment, which part of your assignment is your gifts. When you get out of your assignment, that's when chaos and confusion happen. If you're in your assignment and chaos happens, yes, and if you're in your assignment and chaos and confusion happen, then that's only to take you to the next level.
Yeah, to grow.
To grow. Right. So there's two reasons for chaos and confusion. One can be to redirect you back to your divine assignment and divine purpose, divine gifts. And then the other can be to lift you up when you are already remaining. So remember, if you are in God's will and there's chaos around you, that's to lift you up to the next level. If you are in chaos and confusion and you are out of your assignment, it's to redirect you back to your assignment.
Yeah, I agree with you. And here is another thing. I had an idea that I was good at singing, but I wasn't sure, and I was very unsure of myself. But I think also when we listen to him, when he says, I believe in you and I made you to do this, and we say to him, okay, our faith actually grows in him. So this is actually an exercise to make our faith grow in God. Because he can actually do supernatural things through us when we believe and when our faith is growing. So I didn't actually have the gift of writing songs. I didn't go to school for that. I wasn't born with that. It happened to me later when I decided to say, okay, Lord, I believe you. You said that I can sing. I'm going to sing. So I started singing more. And then I started getting these supernatural songs.
Yes, yes. The same way I started painting at age 43, or I think I was 43 or 44. I started painting later in life. I never had picked up a paintbrush, never had taken an art class. Still to this day, I've never had an art class. My home is graced with gorgeous paintings.
Wow.
I just started in my 40s. And you know, God, your life is a journey, and you will pick up, you know, different divine assignments along the way when we're ready, and they come to us. And you will know your divine assignment in two ways. Either it's something you are extremely passionate and you love, or it's something that you are very upset about and you want to correct it. So
Oh,
often, yeah. So when you think of like a doctor, often why does a person become a doctor? If you really study who they are, often they've gone through some kind of experience in their life, and they have a desire to heal people, to make
yes.
them well. If they're truly divinely, if that's their purpose. Now, if someone's becoming a doctor because their mother told them to, then that's, you know, that's not the same thing. But if someone's becoming a doctor because they're passionate about it, it's because
Yes.
something along the way, the circumstances have led them. God let the circumstances help mold what they're capable of becoming.
I
And
have to agree.
our circumstances shape our gifts. And so, you know, that's how we develop our gifts over time. And so your gift is amazing. Can you sing us one more song, Marie? Can you sing us another, or what
Okay,
you
let me
want?
see what I got in here. Um,
Welcome everybody here. I'm not giving out jackets tonight, anybody, because of what happened last night. I please bear with me as I get to know you better.
yeah.
I had such a really those I talked about it earlier. I had a live stream. I had a wacky person, to put it lightly, that got on here. So I'm being very more cautious, and I have a few people with jackets, but they will drop your link if you let them know. I have mods on here that will be happy to drop your link. I'm not a growth channel. I normally am a shout out channel where I bring people up on stream, but right now I can't bring anybody up. I don't want to bring anybody up that I don't know personally. You know, when I say personally, that I don't know well, because of what happened last night. You know, I was being
Yeah.
very and gracious and letting someone come up that I did not know. And of course, somebody has to run it for everybody else, but that's just the way it is. So
And
taking,
that's yeah, that's so you know, we got trolls that prey on channels that are positive, channels
yep,
that are about Jesus, channels that are about good things.
yep,
And they're taking it to the next level. And they tried that on me early on, and I didn't let them up on the screen, but they were way down in the thing waiting, and
yep,
they were starting to like take all their clothes off. And it's the way they're trying to like shut us down, I think.
yep. Absolutely, absolutely. So I just don't know. I have to know someone, you know, and that can take time to get to know them. You know, I have a lot of new people, and I want to take the time. I know I have 99 and 9/10% amazing, wonderful, incredible people, but I have to get to know them and who they are now because of that one bad experience, or a couple. I've had a couple experiences since I've been doing live streams, but that kind
Yeah.
of experience, I just had one of those. And so now I've just got to be very, very vigilant. So I'm being very careful about giving out the jackets, but my mods will put in links, and we're happy that you're here, and we are just thrilled that you're here. So go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna do Give Me Jesus. I haven't sung this one in a while. All right. In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You may have all this world, but give me Jesus. Dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You may have all this world, Forgive me, Jesus. Oh, when I come to die. Oh, when I come to die. Oh, when I come to die. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You may have all this world, but give me Jesus.
Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, you are just amazing. Amazing.
Thank
Did you
you.
make a record, Marie? Have you made records?
Well, we're doing things in a slower approach. I have
Yeah.
about 100 songs, and what we've been doing is I released one song called I Want to Be Where You Are. My son and my daughter and I all put it together. And then my son released a song called Pony, Pony, Pony. He's got his own genre.
Mhm.
And then he helped me release my second song, which is called See You in the Morning. And then he released his third song. Or his second song. So we're doing one. So two,
You have
you know.
a talented family.
Yeah. And so praise God. And so now we're working on my third release, which is I'm calling it Our Songs because it's actually they work really hard on the songs just as much as I do. And that one is called man, there's too many songs, you guys. I Am Yours. And then he's probably going to work on his third song, and then I already have my fourth song picked out that I want him to mix. And
Mhm.
that one was a song where one of the people that comes on my channel, you probably know her name's Grace M.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one day, about 3 months ago, she came to my channel and she gave me her prayer, a prayer that she prayed to God. And she said, let's see what you could do with this. And I said, well, I don't really have a choice over how this happens, but okay, let's go ahead and try it. So she sent me the lyrics, and my daughter just started playing in the background. We were in a live stream, and she just started playing. And I looked at the words that she put up from her prayer, and I started singing it, and it became a song. Just right there on the live stream, you guys. And I didn't have the bridge though, so I was praying to God. I was like, when am I going to get the bridge to this song? I need the bridge to this song. So I was driving down the road, and both of my kids are screaming My Little Pony songs to the top of their lungs. They're teenagers, they're sitting in the back seat. And the Lord gave me the bridge. In the middle of that, I'm driving down the road, you guys. I had no way to record. And I'm listening to all of them, and I have something different in my head, And so the Lord helped me remember it. I recorded it on my phone, and I wrote it down. And then, so about in 2 weeks, we had a whole prayer of hers turned into a song. And so that's going to be our fourth song that we work on together as a family.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And see, that makes it all that much more special because you're doing it together. You're growing together. And that is just amazing and wonderful. You are so gifted, so talented, and amazing. And then every day you come on, and you come on at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're singing for the Creator. And anyone that is not with your channel, I hope you go to Marie's channel, Singing for the Creator. Can one of my mods redrop the link in there, please, for Marie? And, it's just an amazing channel. And I try to come there as often as I can. Some days I'm so busy and life is, I get that extra hour of sleep in the morning. That is most important for me. And your channel is amazing. It's lifting. It makes you feel good. You're not a judgmental channel. People don't go there and feel judged or anything like that. You're a very welcoming, embracing, loving channel. And I love that channel. And a teaching channel and an informed channel. That's your gift. That's what you do. When we were talking about being authentic, you are authentic. Your channel is authentic.
Thank you.
Your singing is authentic, and you are authentic. And that's what will make you a success. You don't become a success by being a copy of someone else. You become a success by being authentically you.
Yeah. And Thank you so much that you said that. Thank you very much. When I started my channel, I wasn't really sure, if I was going to live stream. And the Lord led me to that. So I decided I'm going to live stream, but I didn't know I was going to do Bible studies. But the Lord led me to the Bible studies. But when I started doing the Bible studies, I started realizing the diversity in the Christian community, how people think so differently. And no, I made a couple mistakes talking about my background, like what church I came from and stuff like that. And so I'm trying not to mention that too much because I don't want to be negative towards any groups anymore.
Right.
Because the more times I've been praying to the Lord about this, the more that I've been finding that the Lord wants us to love, 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 love. And so I'm actually being grown in this. Just having live streams, I'm actually learning a lot, and I'm growing closer to the Lord, and I'm learning more about his love.
Yes. We grow while we teach. When I do these wisdom videos, honestly, when I say they're scripted, all I know is the subject that I'm going to talk about, but I don't know anything more than that. When I click that camera, I'm hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing it. It's coming from my spirit. And so I'm learning that. And so I sit and I listen to my own videos and I go, wow. I go, wow. And so I'm teaching myself as I'm teaching others. And that's
Wow.
really, you're teaching yourself as you grow. You're not meant to know it all. This is a growing experience. Our gifts are a growing experience. Our life is a growing experience.
Absolutely.
You're not meant to know it all. You're meant to grow it all. You're
Amen.
growing.
Amen.
You're growing.
Yeah. Really, we don't live that long, so we're always learning, 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 learning. And when we're in heaven, we're going to live forever.
That's right.
We're all really a bunch of babies. We haven't grown up yet. So
we're a spirit in a body. And, I believe that, people think the spirit just solely lives inside the body. I personally, and this is only my belief, I believe that spirit or our soul is connected to this body. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's connected. Now, you may feel a little different because everybody has their different views, but I feel because there's been things in my life that connections, like I told the story how I met my husband. I knew that morning that I felt the presence of my husband. I had never met him.
Whoa.
Never met. I was overpowered. I say it was the Holy Spirit. I was overpowered, but I could feel the presence of my husband standing next to me. It was an overwhelming Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. No husband. And I knew I was meeting my husband that day. That night, he walked in and we talked for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes. And he got my number, called me the next morning, and he said, you're going to be my wife. And I said, well, I know that, but call me back in 2 hours. I'm still sleeping. He knew it. I knew it. So, see, my spirit was already connected with his spirit and recognizing that. That's why I believe that our souls are attached to the body, but not necessarily constrained to the body. We can feel sometimes, we can feel outwards, our soul. And I've had other things happen. One thing happened in another part. One of my biggest miracles happened in another part of the world. And I had no way of knowing that. And absolutely no way of knowing that. And it happened. And it happened actually before it was ready. And it's just a very unique experience. And so I believe our souls, we have to listen to our soul. And so, so we're a soul. People forget that we're a soul walking around in a body. The body's going to disappear at one day, but the soul is not. And so people think the body's going to last forever and there's no soul, but we are a soul walking around. We're a soul.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah, there's something there too, because when you were saying that, you reminded me of, and I don't usually share this too much, but my sister, the first time she got married, that didn't work out. And, they tried to make it work out for about 5 years. Well, a bunch of stuff happened in her marriage and I felt it. And I called her and I said, are you okay? And she says, I'm fine. and she didn't even know that these things happened, but I knew right when it happened.
Absolutely. Because your spirit was somehow there. Does that make sense? Your spirit was able to be there. Even your soul was there. Your soul was connecting to that.
Yeah.
And your soul. And that's why, and same for me. My soul has connected to so many things I had no way of knowing. You had no way of knowing that. And she was with him and
Yeah.
she didn't know.
Well, and then the week after that, like the whole week, I had a dream, and it was weird because I had already had two kids, but I had a dream that I was picking my sister up out of the crib and holding her and cradling her. And I was like, that's so weird. And then like a week later, she called me and she says, I need to move in with you. I'm getting a
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
Like, how did I know all that, you know?
It was spiritual, your soul knew. And people don't listen to their soul. And that's why they make mistakes, because they don't listen. I listen to my soul. My soul has always guided me. It guides me. I've known details about things that I had no way of ever knowing. And so it's a knowing. You have a knowing. And everybody has it. Everybody has that gift. It's just many don't listen to it.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Now I'm curious. How did you meet your husband?
He walked in, I was on my job and his plane broke and he didn't live there and he was stuck there for 3 days and he had no car. And he got my number and he called me and he said, at that time, it was 30 years ago, he said, "You are the most beautiful woman I have ever met." And he
Oh,
said that to me. And then he said, "You're going to be my wife." And I said, "I know that, but I have to go back to sleep and call me in 3 hours." He called me. We talked for 3 hours. I had a date with somebody else that night, but I knew he was going to be my husband. Went out on my date. The next day, my husband, I picked him up. We went to the gym together. He brought me flowers and in a little cup. And it was a cup. It was like a cup, Christmas cup flower type of thing. And I still have that to this day.
oh,
And we knew right away we were getting married. We knew it was just something instant. We knew because it was God in this mix. We had a spiritual destination together.
that's
We
beautiful.
traveled together.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us.
And I've had a lot of those experiences. But when you live in faith, when you live in your soul, um, those kind of experiences will happen all the time. They're not isolated to one time. I have had many, many, many. And, when my mom was getting ready to pass, she had been sick for a while. And so there was no reason for me to think that the time that she was going to pass was any different. And I was sitting on my couch and God had spoken to me, "Your mom is going to pass within the week." And I
Wow.
thought, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that." But I knew God's voice, and she passed within 3 days. And
Oh
so
my.
I think sometimes God prepares you. He prepares you. And
Yep.
when I had my brain aneurysm, I told
What?
that story. That was 10 years ago. I had a brain aneurysm,
No
and
way, really?
most people die. Most people die or are very, very messed
Yeah.
up from it. And at the high, it's like a 60% death rate, and then the rest of them, don't do very well. And I was what they called a walking brain aneurysm, which I'd never heard of. And I was walking around. I was functioning, but barely, barely. And my kids were very, very small at the time. And doctors, I went to 16 doctors, not one of them could figure it out. And I was getting sicker and sicker and weaker and weaker. And my mother had passed a year before.
Oh
And I
man.
went to bed, and my mother came to me in a dream, and my half of my head was shaved. And I was on a gurney in a cafeteria waiting for surgery.
What?
And in this dream, and my mother was just very, very agitated. And she said, "I'm very upset with the doctors. You need surgery now." Now. I said, "Why?" She said, "You have a lesion on the left side of your brain." Well, I thought lesion meant brain cancer or brain tumor, but lesion also means a broken blood vessel.
Yeah.
And I had about 3 or 4 months before that, I had run into a big wooden hanger and I plowed it into my eye. Didn't damage my eye amazingly, but it knocked me to the floor. And by
Wait,
all,
what?
a big wooden hanger was wedged in the door with a suit on it. And I was walking in the dark and I plowed into it, knocked me to the floor. Well, lo and behold, we think it was all connected because it gave me a brain bleed. But it was a slow brain bleed. And so lo and behold, my mother came to me in this dream. So in the middle of the night, my husband was living where we are now, which is 8 hours away from where we were living at the time. But I was there in Georgia with my 3 kids, and he was up here. Now, then we moved up here a year later because we were remodeling our house down there, and
Oh,
so
wow.
I was sick. I was sick raising 3 little children at the time. So my husband came for Thanksgiving. I was trying to decorate our Christmas tree over Thanksgiving. And I would put one bulb up and I would have to sit down for 10 minutes. I was so weak. And another bulb up and I would sit down. And so in the middle of the night, while my husband was there watching the kids, I drove myself to the emergency room. I went into the emergency room and I said, I think I'm having a stroke and I have a lesion on the left side of my brain. The doctor said, why do you think you have a lesion on the left side of your brain? I said, because my mother told me. He said, is your mother a doctor? I said, no, my mother has passed, but she came to me in a dream and told me I have a lesion on the left side of the brain. And I thought it was, like I said, cancer. So this young doctor was smart enough. He did what none of the other doctors did. He put me in a CAT scan. And the whole time I was in that horrible CAT scan, the lady, I was talking to her over the microphone that they give you. And I told her my story. And she kept saying, where was that lesion at? I said, on the left side of the brain. So when she wheeled me back into the ER, they said, ma'am, we're going to keep you because what your mother said was true. You have a lesion on the left side of your brain.
Oh, wow.
So our spirit, my mother came to, whether it was my mother that came to me in my dream, the spirit, however it worked, I knew something that I had no way of knowing.
Yeah. So it went well because here you are.
Here I am. Here I am. And
Praise
I'm
God.
perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine today. But I had to live through that because as compassionate as I was towards people who were sick, now I understand it. Now I
Yeah,
understand what it's like to go through something horrific. And that
absolutely.
was horrific and very scared. I was scared I was going to pass and leave my children, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
And um, and so I lived through that. But I've lived through many events in life, and they've shaped me to be who I am. And you know, there again, the events can shape us in a positive way, or they can shape us in a negative way. It's all in how
absolutely.
you use it.
Absolutely. Wow, that is such a miraculous story.
Yeah. So you're right. Our souls often know things that we have no way of knowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard different thoughts on, mind, body, soul, spirit man. There's different terminologies. I'm trying to figure out, what's what, but I do know that um, our emotion, our feelings, and our will all seem to have something to do with our mind. But
Yes.
I'm not really sure, is it like a physical mind? Because I've been studying about brains and stomach and heart. Your heart and your stomach seem to have something connected with your brain. Because like the
Yes.
brain knows most things, but I think you also need, I'm not talking about the digestive part, maybe around the stomach, something around there, you can feel it, and then your heart.
Can feel it. Yeah. Why do people put their hand on their heart when they're talking emotions? Because there's something with the heart, and you can feel it in your gut. You can feel it in your gut, as people say. And I think that we're more than just the brain in our thought processes. Our body. Sometimes,
Absolutely.
when we get goosebumps on, um, we can feel with our body is made to feel things that maybe our brain itself cannot interpret.
Yeah, and there's many articles about people getting heart transplants and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden wanting to learn new hobbies. And then they
Yeah.
go back and find that the person they got the transplant from was someone that did that hobby.
Yes. 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 That's
So
fascinating. Wow.
so there's some kind of connection there.
Yes.
But
Well, Marie, I'm probably going to close out for the night, and I kind of start to wind down at this time. Plus, I'm out here on
no
Grandma's
problem.
porch, and it's about 90 degrees out here, and the
Oh
humidity, and
wow.
I had to turn the fan off overhead because it makes too much noise when I'm doing this. And so I'm going to go in and relax a little bit, and then I'm going to
Sounds
head to
good.
bed. You are amazing. I am so grateful. And you know, there could have been nobody better that could have come up tonight with me after what happened last night.
Yeah.
Jillian was so wonderful to be with me last night through it. And you came to kind of put it all together and carry me through with that beautiful singing and your amazing
Thank you.
spiritual words. And it just, you know, nothing is by accident, everything is divinely orchestrated. And you are
Amen.
amazing. And remember, everyone, please go to Singing for the Creator. Amazing, amazing. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And do you sing often on there, Marie?
Yes, I do. We either do it at the beginning or at the end, and it's all original songs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Amazing, amazing. Well, Marie,
yes.
I thank you so much. Are you going to bed now, or are you going to stay up and sing all night?
Yeah, I stayed up late to be with you, Sister
Oh, thank
Diana.
you. Oh, you are so amazing and so wonderful. And I thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me, and God bless you, and thank you for your channel. You are amazing too.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And come
Love
back
you too.
as much as you want. Mwah. Thank you.
Take care now, sister. All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night. Well, that just leaves me now. And I am going to put my glasses on one more time. And Michelle, thank you so much. You have been here, and thank you so, so much, Michelle, for all that you do. You are, one day I have to have you come up here when you feel like coming up here. Thank you so much. Trish, welcome. Thank you. And anyone that I've missed here, I really, really thank you. Calumet, I am going off right now, and it's kind of the end of my day, but I will be on here. And I used to come on every single night, but I am not coming on every night now. I come on many nights. So sometimes I'll come on a couple nights in a row. Sometimes I'll skip a couple nights in a row. Sometimes I'll come on one night and then, you know, be off a night. And I start back to college next week at age 63. I was started at 62, but I'm a full-time college student and I travel an hour to and from. So if I come on, it's usually about the same time, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And and so that kind of works for me, especially going to college. But I will have a lot of college work. And so I'm not sure if I'll be on every day or how often I'll be on. But you can kind of check my channel around 9:30, and I usually put out something ahead of time that says I'm going to be on. And so, but I do try to come on as often as I feel it's right for me to come on. Sometimes it can be every night, you know. So I just never know, never know. Well, thank you all for coming. And I pray blessings over your life. I pray God's favor over your life. I pray amazing new opportunities over your life. I pray relationships restored, health restored, finances restored, dreams come true, divine connections, divine timing, divine places, new jobs, whatever it is that you're needed in your life. I pray for you. Okay. So from my house to your house, may God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Good night.